Hi there, and welcome to this overview of the MA merger and acquisition function on Bloomberg. In order to access this function, simply go to the command line and type in MA addenda. The first screen that will come up will give you an overview of the deals, and typically this is the range from the year to date. And on this overview screen, we can change it from is it a merger and acquisition, an investment, or is it something else? Also, we can see the panel underneath, which will give us the latest deals in time series, or we can have a look at the largest deals this year by toggling here. Also, in the panels, it gives us a breakdown of the current status of the deals in the last year, and it'll give you an idea of how many deals are still ongoing, how many have completed, the likes of terminations or withdrawals, or if they're still at the proposal stage. We also have regional and industry breakdowns on this overview. And if we go to the deal breakdown page, we can look at the transactions in the last year, and we can change the type of attribute we want to look at. So here we're looking at the deal type summary. We've got the numbers on this side, but we can convert it into easy charts on the right hand side. And on here you've got the likes of the volume in nominal in US dollars, but we also have the number of deals as in counting them. And as you can see, excluding others, the majority of the merger and acquisitions that have took place are from private equity industry, but when it's at nominal, it's actually company takeovers that is where most of the cash has been spent. And if you have a look underneath, Bloomberg gives you a qualitative summary at the bottom as an overview. On the capital flows page, we can see where these deals have took place, whether they're the likes of a global company again taking over another global company, or you can see the scale of how many European companies have been trying to overtake Asia Pacific companies. In the League Table tab, this gives you a scale of the investment banks who are the typical advisors in merger and acquisitions to see who dominates the market regarding providing advice on the financial side, but also on the legal side when it comes to merger and acquisitions. The deal list is more detailed than the summary page, and this gives you a scale of the various deals over the last year, and again this can be sorted via size or via who's the acquirer. In the buyers list tab, you can see which buyers are the most active in the last year, and typically you can see that they're all venture capital companies potentially acquiring small startups or independents. And you can see the likes of this company here has been very active over the last year. And lastly, the time series tab can give you a good overview of the number of deals and the volume of deals in cash terms over a number of years. And very evidently from the overview, you can see that Q2 of 2020 was severely impacted due to the COVID pandemic when it comes to merger and acquisitions. But over here you can break it down into different industries to see which industries are the most active. And obviously again we can compare where most of the merger and acquisitions take place. And clearly here there's more activity in North America than there is in Western Europe. Again, these can all be plotted on the graphs. We can compare either volume or deal count. If we look at volume by itself, again you can see the scale of the volume is much greater in Northern America than Western Europe over the last 5 years. So let's dig into a deal specifically. So I'll go with the deal list and we'll look at one here that is currently in the pending stage. If it's red, this is typically when it's been terminated. If it's purple, then this is still the proposal stage. But you can see the likes of a complete deal as well, noted on the side there. Let's look at NVIDIA purchasing ARM Limited from SoftBank Corporation. And what we can see, you can see the scale of the deal and the total value there at announcement. We can see that it is in cash and stocks. But if we click on the deal, we get the deal overview page. And this gives you a summary. If you click here, you can see the announcement that was made by SoftBank Group. This will pop out in a child window. Also, we can see the time series of when it was proposed, when it was formally announced, and at the current stage where it's at, and an expected completion if it still hasn't finished yet. And on this line, you can always see the share price of the target company or the seller. This is not the share price graph of the acquirer. In the deal terms, it will tell you the breakdown between cash and stocks. On the side here, we can look at the timeline, which goes into the graph in a bit more detail. But it also gives you the date of the approvals process that it's gone through. So you can see here that it has been approved by the acquirer's board of directors, the target board of directors, and the seller's board of directors in this case. Because it's SoftBank, which currently owns ARM Limited, which is selling it to Nevada. Also on the chart, you can now overlay the share price of the acquirer organization to see how potentially their share price reacted to this announcement and how it's moved since the proposal to the current stage. On the Parties tab, this gives you more information on the target, the acquirer, and the seller. The Advisors page gives you information on who is providing the financial and legal advice to all parties. The Approvals page gives you a list of parties that require to give their approval, and in this case the list says approved, and it gives the similar list that we noted before, and it also gives the approval rating. So you can see here on the target board of directors, not everybody agreed, but the approval rate was still 94%. Over here we can look at the various news sources, so you can get some press information on here, and whenever you see the likes of this, there's a document attached. In this case, it is Nevada's investor presentation that they give to potential shareholders regarding this. And then lastly, we can look at deal comparisons. So this will show you historical cases of merger and acquisitions within this sector so you can compare. But if you look at this scale, this deal compared to the value in millions relative to the rest of the potential deals that have happened within the sector, this purchase is much larger historically than any other in the sector. There's other potential functions we can explore to think, why did this merger and acquisition take place? What's the motivation behind this merger and acquisition on this purchase? This organization is a graphics card company. This organization they're buying is a semiconductor company. So chances are it's somewhere in their supply chain. We can go to the supply chain function, SPLC, supply chain analysis. Ensure that you have the right company selected here. And somewhere we'll probably find this company as either a supplier, if it is a vertical merge and acquisition, or they may be a competitor if it is a horizontal merge and acquisition. It might be quite difficult to find it using this, so we can have a look at the table. And if we look at the suppliers list, sort by alphabet, then here we can see SoftBank Corporation do potentially supply this organization. So chances are Nevada buys semiconductors from ARM, which is obviously a limited company, as part of SoftBank Group Corporation. So this tells me this is a potential vertical merger and acquisition. So I hope this video helps you understand how to view the merger and acquisition. function, MA, and potentially look at the supply chain analysis to see is this a vertical integration or more of a horizontal integration. Thank you.